Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Napoleon Total War 3 with this Russian campaign. Last time around, we liberated Bavaria and promptly handed it over to the Austrians. I've also repatriated Bohemia to the Austrians, so their financial status has actually increased. Before, I believe they were just rich. Now they're spectacular. So that's pretty good. And as we can see, they moved in to full stacks. Too much landwehr in these full stacks though, but they have moved in troops to take a position here. So I was worried that they wouldn't. Hopefully with a newfound... That's a lot of landwehr in each and every one of these armies. I'm hoping though that they're gonna send in more better troops now that they've got quite a bit of cash flowing in, so we'll see them actually being able to at least hold on a little bit against the French. I thought the French was gonna counterattack with a tremendous force led by Napoleon coming directly from Stuttgart. That did not happen. Instead, the AI is dead set on attacking Prague. So they're bypassing or trying to bypass my armies by going in the northern part here, heading over here. So I don't know, for some reason the French AI is really fixated on taking Prague. But we're gonna defeat them. So Napoleon's here, and then we've got another army under Jacques Ation over here. I guess that's how you pronounce it, I don't know. There's a bit of, I called it Munich, which I thought was the English, with the way you said it in English, but it's apparently with a K, so Munich. Munich is how you say it in English, I think. I guess the easiest way is just to say München, because that's how you say it in Swedish. And I guess that's close enough to the German pronunciation. Anyways, on with that. So what I'm trying to do is I'm going to clear these off, but there is a gamble move here where I could take these two directly here. But I don't know what's coming in reinforcement, and I don't really have any spies close enough to figure out. This guy's the closest. I don't actually need him over here. So we're going to have him. See if he can march or move. Is that a Dutch guy? Yeah. We're gonna have this guy just figure out what's going on here. My spy went down here. These guys did not move north either to attack. At the same time as all of this is happening, I should say that the British are still doing really well in the Peninsula campaign, and they're holding on to Madrid and Spain. But not only that, with the fact that Spain has lost its main province, and had it be lost for so long, means that all their important dockyards have been in English hands, which means there hasn't been... Actually, with the fires coming up from the town, I imagine it's under siege. Or are they just repairing it? I don't know. So they haven't really been able to build a fleet. And that's good, because the British have managed to clean away all the real major Spanish forces here, which means that trade routes have opened up. So there's sugar and tea, but more importantly ivory here, and then we got an allied going for tea. I imagine that might be, oh no, that's Portuguese, I thought it was British. So there's ivory here from Cameroon, and then there's ivory from Oran. So that would be really nice if we could sweep in and take that, because ivory at this point is almost at 80 compared to what we're now trading in, which is 34 and 33 for tobacco and cotton. So that's twice, actually more than twice. So I would increase the trade quite a bit, and there's nothing really standing in my way from moving down, as far as I know anyways. So I've got my navy here, So I think we'll rendezvous with them. Now I'm gonna lose a bit of cash. I'm just gonna go ahead and check roughly how much I lose. So 6,400 roughly. So we're gonna move through the Irish Sea. We're gonna send all the fleets down, and we're gonna get ivory from Cameroon. So, ooh, I lost not 3,000, but roughly 2,800 or something like that. We're gonna rendezvous, and then we're gonna go ahead and start. Well, given that I lost about 2,800 or something like that, if I'm able to double that, that would mean that I almost would get, what, 6,000? That's a lot of cash that would be coming in, which is good. And also, at the same time, I've spent so much building up Russia that there's barely anything left to build up at this point. Like, everything's being built up currently. So, we should really now start to go into more of an overdrive in troops to be sent to the front. I was also able to build the monument, so that adds some special units. There's some units that would be very nice to have, but kind of OP, so I'm not entirely sure if I should actually get them, which is this Cuirassier Brigade, which numbers 364 units. So that's like twice as big as any other unit. So a really huge unit. Then also there's the really huge 12-pounder battery, which is manned by 336 people. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, 12 guns in that battery. 12 cannons. So that would be the equivalent of 4 batteries, normal standard batteries, which is kind of insane, 12 cannons. Anyways, so we have an idea roughly what's going on. I guess we'll just jump into it. I'm thinking I'm gonna bring up Buxhovden and Benningsen. We're gonna attack Napoleon, strike him down. I'm hoping there'll be enough then to block the rest of the French attack. And while that is happening, Kutuzov Armory will replenish enough, so we'll go for a spirit attack right to Stuttgart and take that. Not liberate it, but take it. Then we can converse all armies over here, and by that time, hopefully, we've got down the 12-pounders and the extra infantry to join in with the armies. And then we could split off with some units going to Switzerland and some heading to Strasbourg, which would be nice. And from there on, it's in through France. The victory regions that I need is France. It seemed to, I mean, it says it's France and Switzerland, but it seemed on the map like it is including the Aquitaine region, even though it doesn't say here. But I guess if we're able to get to France, Napoleon would capitulate, because there would be nothing, or at least until we'll put him on an island quite far away, and then we'll have to put him on an island even further away, and then after that we'll put him on an island even further away, and eventually we'll put him so far away that he'll end up in the Japanese campaign. Anyways, let's go ahead and strike Napoleon, and I think we'll start with, I'm not sure which army should go first. I guess Benningsen, because he outranks Fyodorovich Buxhovden. It might be that Napoleon intercepts us, and he does. So I have 4,000 men, almost 5,000 men, against 3,500 enemies. Napoleon has a pretty strong army, not a lot of cannons. Chasseur Cheval, a lot of cavalry, which could cause upsets. But I think we have a pretty good chance of winning this. I have a lot of dragoons and heavy cavalry to send in against him. Sounds nice. Let's go ahead and fight Napoleon. Without the reinforcement, we are outnumbered by the French, so we'll move up just slightly to take good position to defend, and then we'll start moving against them once our reinforcements turn up. As there's quite a bit of impossible terrain on this map, there's a lot of good choke points where we can choke the French. However, they are coming from the high ground and attacking us on the low ground. But I think with the fact that there are choke points like this means that they'll not be able to fully utilize their advantage in the beginning. I've got the Grenadier Brigade over here, the light in the center, and infantry over here. The infantry will be moved up here, Grenadiers here, taking cover from the forests. And then the light will be kind of split, facing either way as they come down through here. And with that, let's go ahead and start. I'm going to move up the Grenadiers to about there. And then the light will be split like this. And then the infantry will be moved to about here. That looks good. And Buxhovden is on his way. He'll move slightly here to the battery. And then given that all his cavalry is going to come in here, we should probably start moving it to this side where they can sweep towards the French. So we'll have them move through there and attack that way. And at the same time, attacking straight up. I should actually start moving my cavalry over to this side. I could get them up through here to attack. We'll see. We've got a militia unit, National Guard unit, moving forward. And they're gonna run straight in to lots and lots of fire. I'm actually gonna move these guys slightly forward to not have them so deep in the forest. And then the rest of the cavalry will be moving that way. And then we will get one grenadier unit that will join the musketeer battalion or brigade. We have big cavalry attack coming in. Then we get a light unit which will join the lights. Actually, why don't I put the extra infantry unit over there and have the grenadier unit march over to the other grenadiers? I think we'll hold the line. They ran through their own National Guard, which almost broke the unit. I don't think that cavalry will make it through the lines. You might want to continue firing. I don't think they'll make it through the lights. The charge was not strong enough, and that pushed back. Napoleon sent in the National Guard units first. Against these squares, this smaller light unit might have difficulty if it weren't for the fact that they're supported by artillery, which blasting these guys in the sides. I'm not entirely sure squares are needed. The dragoons, though, might be difficult, but these two can move into line again, and that should be able to aid the lights quite a bit. The French units are breaking. There's a light unit over there. I could make it through here. Heavy cavalry charge. Followed. Oh wait, that's the heavy cavalry. The hussars will follow. Dragoons. Attacking the square. Not going too well for them. The cavalry will swing around, come at the French through the back. Oh, now there's a big movement of cavalry coming here. Now the lights will form into square. And to make sure that everyone holds here, the general will move in to join the fight. Also, I think we're gonna force this one into square as well. Oh, that was good that I formed square, because the unit's almost... The square is almost breaking just by the amount of French cavalry that came to attack it. The general has arrived, and I will bolster it by inspiring the square. Now there's more troops being brought in. Maybe I can lure them off the hill by pulling my units back. Extra musketeer unit has joined the fight over here. I don't want to break these hussars. He's focusing all his infantry in this region now. He's riding dangerously close to my cavalry, which is now turning up on this high ground here. This unit should be broken immediately. And with that it breaking, all my infantry can move up on the top of the hill. I'll move the grenadiers slightly back to open up for the heavy cavalry. And then as soon as this unit breaks, we'll have the light infantry form here. There we go. Both form on this side now. The general move into here. Then the infantry will combine back into its brigade. We've got the grenadiers who shall join the line with an extra then light unit coming in here, which will be good. Napoleon is really close to all the dragoons over here for some reason. Not a great way to move down impossible terrain, so we'll have to move to about here, I think, to move against them. It's a Lancer unit that's moving in. That's not going to work out for them. And they're not fast enough, but it's light units and grenadiers, so my oh, now they're attacking. Then we will attack as well. The Lancers are going for the Cuirassiers. Tying up, maybe. They're trying to tie up all my cavalry, so they cannot be I cannot support my infantry here, because that's a lot of heavy units, light units and grenadiers, which I don't think we'll stand against. Here comes the Cuirassier and Hussars going after the Voltigeurs. The French are beaten and are running up the hill. The Grenadiers will follow, and then the Light Brigade can actually move, I think, through here and get up to that side. Cavalry will continue through, getting to the National Guard and then go for the cannons. We actually... oh, there was a National Guard unit that was broken. Cavalry will set up to charge down here. You will march up. Yeah, the infantry brigade will hold its position. I think we're shooting our own men now with the cannons. There's no point in firing them anymore. Go for this, and then you can skedaddle, attack the rear camp of Napoleon's army and loot the baggage train. Interesting position. They're firing towards this guy, but they're drawn up in line towards these guys. Okay, hurry into positions. I order you to attack the cannons, and I've ordered you plenty of times. The enemy is pulling back, with cavalry now charging in. Infantry will be ordered to advance. Close range fighting here, in between grenadiers. I order you to attack the bloody cannons. There's a mess of cavalry and French infantry fighting. I'm sending in my infantry brigade, and we're ordering them to bayonet charge into that mess. Attack over here. French grenadiers are winning this fight, which I don't like. I'll order an entire brigade to fix bayonets and attack. Light infantry will advance. The French broke under the sight of an entire Russian brigade advancing. French infantry is dying. One of the dragoons fled. Napoleon was wounded back here. He rode apparently straight into the cuirassiers and was wounded. They have yet to attack those bloody cannons. How many times do I have to order you? Continue the advance.
Glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
Infantry, continue the advance. You will hold fire. You will fire though. Into the side of that. Hold fire. Don't fire, that's only going to lead to friendly fire. Keep moving. Alright, keep moving. No French unit remains, and we are victorious. The entire Russian army will advance. To keep up the advance and throw the French out. Napoleon tried to outmaneuver us. It didn't work, and now his army is shattered. Send the boy back to Paris once more. Here we have the result of the battle. We deployed almost 5,000 men against about 3,500 of Napoleon. We lost 728 men. Napoleon suffered 2,878 casualties. So that's pretty darn good. Cavalry in the top. There's one grenadier unit, and then there's one Jaeger unit. I believe this was the bigger one, so it was the one that kept in line and then formed square once the big cavalry attack came in. So I lost 61 men, killed 212. And then there's a lot of reinforcement, and then get a single kill and so on. So that's good. Napoleon was sent off, and we even got an heroic battle marker for that. We will be moving up. What if? Now, Baxhovden's army is, especially, well, his cavalry is very broken down. But what if this army on its own moved into the forest ready to ambush? You know what? There's too many enemy troops moving forward here. This one still reorganized with these. That would still be too much. What we're gonna do is we're gonna continue forward here then, but not enough to join to battle here. What I think I'll do is I'll end turn, see what these guys do, and then we move forward. I also want to make sure that this is plenty enough French troops. Oh shit. That's their big 12-pounder. It's 2 stars, so it shouldn't be the 6-pounder one, because that's only 1 star. It's a 2-star one. So it's their huge 12-gun battery. That's plenty enough troops to break up all the stupid Austrians. They should just move everything in there. What are you doing? Why aren't you moving troops in here? Why aren't you fighting? Why is Russia doing all the fighting? Anyways, that will be for the next episode. I think we'll end it here. But for next one, I'll have ended turn and we'll be moving, hopefully, right to Stuttgart, make some progress by pushing back the French. We'll be able to get these. Hopefully, I'll be able to trade in ivory from Cameroon. And we'll just spam out as many troops from Russia, sending them all down here through Europe. Hopefully adding a 5th, a 6th army, making sure that all, maybe, well, maybe not maybe 5th and 6th army, but maybe a 5th army, and then all armies being actual full stacks, 20 units in each. With that said, I hope you guys enjoyed the Battle of Wrensberg, and I will see you guys for the next one. Bye.